This is All India Radio. In the program Spotlight, now we bring you a discussion on reforms in agricultural marketing. The participants are Dr. Y.R. Meena, Additional Commissioner, Ministry of Agriculture, and journalist Prabhudat Sharma.
So, can you please briefly tell us about the three ordinances recently the government promulgated, and particularly about the important features of these ordinances?
Actually, three important ordinances recently introduced by the Government of India to support the farmers. Basically, first one is the Essential Commodities Amendment Ordinance 2020, promulgated by the President in the 75th year of the Republic Day of India. An ordinance further to amend the Essential Commodities Act 1955. So this one is the first ordinance. Whereas for the purpose of increasing the competitiveness in the agriculture sector and enhancing the income of the farmers, the regulatory system needs to be liberalized while protecting the interest of consumers also. Parliament is not in a session and the President is satisfied that circumstances exist which render it necessarily for him to take immediate action. So this amendment was introduced. Second one is the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Promotion and Facilitation Ordinance. This ordinance to provide the creation of ecosystem where the farmers and traders enjoy the freedom of choice relating to sale and purchase of farmers' produce, which facilitate remunerative prices through competitive alternative trading channels to promote efficient, transparent, and barrier-free interstate and intra-state trade and commerce of the farmers' produce outside the physical premises of market or deemed market notified under various state agricultural produce. Market legislation to provide a facilitative framework for electronic trading and for matters connected herewith or incidental hereto. So this is very important ordinance. The silent features of this ordinance is may called the farmers' produce, salt and commerce promotion. In this ordinance, unless the context otherwise definition requires, foodstuffs including cereals like wheat, rice and other coarse grains such as pulses, edible oils, oilseeds, vegetables, fruits, nuts, spices, sugarcane, products of poultry, piggery, poultry, fishery, and dairy intended for human consumption in its natural process or from cattle fodder including oil cakes and other concentrates. Raw cotton, whether gained or ungained cotton seeds or jute. Electronic trading and transaction means a platform set up to facilitate direct online buying and selling or conduct of trade and commerce of farmers' produce through a network of electronic devices and internet applications where each such transaction results in physical delivery of farmers' produce.
And about the third ordinance?
Third ordinance is the Farmers' Empowerment and Protection Agreement on Price Assurance and Farmer Services Ordinance. This is also very important ordinance. And the silent features of this ordinance is like that in the ordinance, unless the context otherwise definition is like that, foodstuffs including edible oilseeds, oils, all kind of cereals like wheat, rice, other coarse grains, pulses, vegetables, fruits, nuts, sugarcane and poultry, piggery, fishery, dairy products, cattle fodder including oil cakes, raw cotton. APMC yard means the physical premises covering agriculture product market committee yard by whatever name called establishment for regulating market and trade and framing produce under the State Act. Company means a company defined as clause 20 of section 2 of the Companies Act. So electronically trade is promoted under this also.
And what will happen to the APMC mandis after particularly these three ordinances have been promulgated? Will it exist?
Yes, mandis exist such, but the farmers get more freedom to sell their produce even outside mandis. They can sell at their farm place or collection centers of the village or their farms. They can sell through a group of farmers. We call them farmers producer organizations, farmer producer companies, or in a group farmers can negotiate more effectively and they can get.
So you mean to say that more options been given to the farmers to sell their produce? You are aware about the INAM. When INAM was launched, and then the idea was to connect all the APMCs, mandis in the country. How is INAM helpful to farmers? And please throw some light after these 3 ordinances have been promulgated. How INAM is going to change the marketing?
INAM is a very, very important scheme of the Ministry of Agriculture. Through INAM or online trading platform, INAM means National Agriculture Market, through online trading. So initially 500 plus mandis connected through a computer system, internet, and later on about 1,000 mandis connected from across the country, UTs. Through INAM, farmers' produce display on the portal or website. So any trader can purchase farmers' produce from anywhere of the country. Quality grading and quality detail of the produce reflected on the site of the INAM portal. So they can purchase online. The role of middlemen minimized so that farmers can get better price and farmers free to sell their produce to any buyer across the country. And within 3 days, farmers get the price of their money back to their produce.
Sir, after these 3 ordinances, how do you see the post-harvest management infrastructure particularly that will support the farmers so that they can good price for their produce?
Agri Infrastructure Fund was also a very important announcement by the Honorable Finance Minister during COVID period. So Agri Infrastructure Fund means infrastructure development for agriculture support like cold chain development, transportation facilities like refrigerated vans, road connectivity to the farmer field or villages so that they can transport their perishable produce effectively, easily, and with a minimum time span so that they can get better prices. They can save their perishable produces from wastage because otherwise almost 30% perishable produce like fruits, vegetables, milk, wastage due to that less or not good quality infrastructure or transport facilities. So Agri Infrastructure Fund provides cold chain development, refrigerated van, cold storages, warehouses, so that farmers can keep their produce safely in these structures. They can transport easily with the refrigerated facilities through that cold chain so that they can get better price. They can keep their produce if the market is not providing good price at that time. They can keep their produce in warehouses. So that way, agri infrastructure facilities or post-harvest management infrastructure support farmers. They are not bound to sell their produce at the time of harvest only. They can keep up to 15 days, month or 2 months their produce, or whenever they offer good price, then in that case they can sell.
Sir, many people talk about post-harvest losses in India. What is the extent of post-harvest losses, particularly in fruits and vegetables? And after these ordinances and these measures are taken, how much it can be reduced?
Post-harvest losses, about 25 to 30% is the post-harvest losses between producer to consumer stable. Farmers field production or harvesting stage to consumer stable reaches products. So 25 to 30% losses specifically in fruits, vegetables, flowers and dairy products like milk and all. So with the agri infrastructure facilities or post-harvest management structure development, we can save no loss if we provide farmers these facilities at their farm gate, at their field. In that case, no loss is there. Only few percent, 4-5% harvesting time loss is there. So they can use that also if some cuts and damaged fruits and vegetables are there, they can process them, they can produce some byproduct with the support of that scheme, that jam, jelly, achar, chutney, murabba. They can use downgraded products or cut or damaged fruits and vegetables to produce byproducts in addition to they are selling the fresh fruits and vegetables. So lower quality fruits and vegetables always good for processing purpose. So they can save maximum their produce. I can say only 5 or 6% losses are there if they provided a good quality infrastructure, cold chain, warehouses, cold storage, refrigerated vents. In that case, the minimum loss is there.
As you mentioned about processing, in
Yes.
India, 85% are small and marginal farmers. They do not have the capacity to set up their own processing facilities. So
Yes.
how do you see the role of processing to improve in rural areas, and how we can expand the value addition?
Actually, our ministry is also supporting farmers, producer companies, farmers, producers organizations. Ministry is providing training to them, supporting many ways so that farmers can make a group, they work unitedly, they pool their land, they jointly work with each other so that they can get better prices of their produce, they can negotiate with the traders, they can sell their produce at their farm gate with the support of many schemes or many provisions. So Ministry of Agriculture, keeping in view the large number of small and marginal farmers in mind, initiated farmers producers organizations, or recently our ministry announced about 10,000 farmers producers group to be formulated so that farmers can get better prices, they can work effectively, they can get schemes benefits, and they can get training at their farm gate only. So many ways ministry is supporting small and marginal farmers through various schemes or our ongoing programs.
Any particular emphasis has been given in these three ordinances, particularly about contract farming and on the interstate trading? The role of farmers producer organizations?
Now farmer is free after these three ordinances to sell their produce. He can sell at their field only. He can sell within village. He can sell outside mandi. He can sell their produce outside district, outside state. One nation, one market like situation is there. Farmers can sell their produce anywhere in the country where he gets the good prices.
We have been seeing there are some demands somewhere from farmers organizations. They complain about farmers not receiving MSP. How
Yes.
do you see the MSP system and how it is helping the agriculture produce?
Yes, actually, main object of the MSP is to support farmers from distress sale at severely low prices and to procure food grains. So ideally, the MSP is declared so that farmers can get prices better than MSP. If in the open market, farmers is free to sell their produce in market. If they get lesser than MSP in open market, in that case, government initiate action. Government asks so many agencies to procure the farm produce from the farmers, and government launch a campaign to procure in a big way many kind of food grains like wheat, barley, sorghum, and gram. So selective points are there to purchase. Like our agencies is also involved, state corporation and our NAFED. These agencies procure FCI. They procure in a big way.
Thank you, Dr. Meena.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to a discussion on reforms in agricultural marketing. The participants were Dr. Y.R. Meena, Additional Commissioner, Ministry of Agriculture, and journalist Prabhu Dutt Mishra. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of All India Radio. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our website, newsonair.com. You may email your opinion about this program at airnsttalks@gmail.com.